At Powhatan, field day has been a long tradition for many, many years, even before I got here. But for about the last 15 years, the geometry class, the 8th grade geometry class, has been doing the oval 200-yard track that is a big part of field day for both the relays and the distance races. They do the whole layout of this. Now, doing a layout of a track that large is very tricky because you've got to get all your measurements just right. You've got the curvatures of a circle built in with straightaways, and all the lengths have to be just right, so you get a total of 200 yards when you run that track. It's a big challenge. Use tape measures to create a triangle. Yeah. We know where the lengths need to be. If we look at the 3, 4, 5, could we make really big triangles? Real-world applications of mathematics are really important for students. So much of mathematics consists of playing with numbers which have no real meaning attached to them. So the question is, how do we make the kids understand where this stuff is useful for both them and other people? Well, for the students, one thing that's big for us is field day. Field day takes place every year and has for a long time at Powhatan. And many of the races involve a relay race as well as races of 400 and 600 and 800 yards. To do all that we need an oval track that's 200 yards long that we can set up with the right lanes, with changing lanes and everything. Well, the 8th grade geometry class creates that track. They create the layout for that track. It's a real world application, particularly for them. It's their world that they're creating and doing right. It's a lot of work, a lot of precision, and they begin to realize that just because I can measure a right angle on a piece of paper doesn't mean I can measure a right angle accurately enough for a huge track. A little bit off makes a big difference in the long run. So they have to sometimes measure things more than once and do things 2 or 3 times to get the track just laid out. It's not just that the kids are helping with this, they're doing it. And the only place where I come in is at the end we say, okay, is it right? And if it's wrong, what part do we have to redo and how can we fix it easily? Field day is all outside. Those kids are out there running on that track. But when those geometry students are running on that track, they're not just focused on athletics. They're thinking about academics because they know what went into measuring it and constructing it. As they go on from here, they're going to the ability to see mathematics in the real world setting increases dramatically. After going through the process of making that layout, when they walk into a building, they can see the same challenges there that existed for them on that field. They understand the importance of leveling better than any bunch of kids around because they see when it's not level, measurements get way off. The importance of having that real life experience with something that matters to them means it'll keep mattering to them. And the mathematics becomes not something they see just in the classroom, but they see it on the sports field. And when they go home and look at their house, they see it in the frames of the windows.
Right angle here and then trail off that way.
Yeah, just a hair, and that's all we take.
Did
you get it? We're going to readjust this line over and redo that. Make sense?
And the measuring tape first.
String and measuring tape first. Match the right angle. Put a right angle in there. Double check. Check everything's right. The bow and the ground.